Welcome back, everybody, to This Is My Bourbon Podcast. I'm your host, Barry. And with me, just like he always is, it's the Whiskey Mutant.
I'm here.
It's Eric.
I'm here.
He's back. I'm here.
Never left.
We had to put ourselves in timeout after last week.
Big timeout.
Yep.
But
Thanks for
we're
coming back.
We're ungrounded.
Man, we got a big episode this week, though.
Yeah.
We got to make up for slacking off on last week's episode towards the end.
All right. No. Caught up to us quick.
Just a legendary way for us to keep you on your toes here at this Bourbon Podcast. But if you want to stay on your toes as well with all the bonus content that we have over there, flawless segue there. Nobody can tell me otherwise.
No.
You can head to patreon.com/mybourbonpodcast. For as little as $1 a month, you can support the show. For as little as $5 a month, there's bonus content over there that comes out every week. There's a bonus episode that comes out on Mondays, the pregame chats that come out before every episode, and the uncut, unfiltered, unedited version of the podcast as well. We usually throw a little bit of something extra in there for
always
Patreon.
Something extra in there.
Say something for Patreon that I have to cut out of the main episode. There you go. Nobody else heard that other than Patreon. I don't know if I put a bleep or if I just cut it out completely, but either way, Patreon's the only one that got it.
There you go.
So, but now everybody knows the nuclear codes. We normally start episodes out with a segment known as Flying Blind or Sips and Snacks.
We had a little snack last week.
We did. So that means this week we got Flying Blind.
Flying Blind. People in these fancy with their fancy samples. This one's got its own wrapper on it.
Dang.
Yeah, got that. I think you're gonna like this.
I'm excited.
We'll see.
Okay.
And then if you don't, we can trash the person that sent it to us.
It's Jim Beam himself, the original,
the OG.
Yeah.
All right, let's put you through the ringers.
Oh boy,
see what you think about this.
I guess we are coming upon Matt Madness.
You're pretty much automatically in it.
Am I though? Am I though?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay. Yeah, I have to be there for somebody to win the first round.
I've not even made it past the prelims.
I'm a gimme.
Yeah. I'm winning the whole thing this year.
Okay.
I'm going straight from ever made it past the prelims to I'm winning the whole thing.
All right. Well, I guess we got to start training soon.
Yeah. Well, let's train you.
Okay.
Cheers.
Kentucky straight bourbon whiskey.
Yeah. Okay. Ding. You got it. You got it.
Rye bourbon.
Okay.
Over 100 proof.
Okay.
Not finished.
Okay.
8 to 10 years old.
Oh, yeah, brother.
Whoa.
Oh, yes, brother.
Whoa.
Brother.
The mouthfeel is super weird. It's almost gristly.
Like you just ate some meat? You got some gristle in your teeth?
Kind of.
Oh, interesting.
How very odd indeed.
Well, this is not a meat bourbon. So I'll say that. I'll tell you that right now.
Rats.
It's not a meat finished whiskey.
Okay.
You were right. It's not finished.
Yeah.
You were right. It is, what'd you say, the proof? Over 100?
Over 100.
It's a little younger than what you said.
Is it 6 years old?
I think 6 to 8.
Okay.
I'd have to look up, but off the top of my head. It is Kentucky rye bourbon. Any guesses where Kentucky this may be from? Distillery.
It's really throwing me off on the palate. I want to go Heaven Hill.
Okay. But what? I feel like there's
But I'm not sure that's where I should go.
Where should you go? Go with your gut.
I'm going to stick with Heaven Hill.
What would your second choice have been?
Barton.
What would your third choice have been?
Dang it. I don't know. I don't really have anything.
Well, you said
past that.
You said the beginning, the very first thing you said before you even had it. The ghost of Jim Beam.
Oh, really?
Should have went to Jim Beam. Man.
Oh, huh. What do you know?
This was sent to us by our buddy Whiskey Morgue. Always love a good morgue sample. This is from 2016. This is one of my top 3 Bookers.
Bookers, yeah.
This is the Bluegrass batch.
Oh, man.
63.8%. And what are they, like 7 years old, something like that?
This,
there you go.
This is also one of my favorite Bookers
I love
releases.
this batch.
I remember, way back when I was first getting into purchasing on places that I may not want to admit to.
You didn't.
The dark web.
You didn't.
Yeah.
How could you?
On secondary.
Call them out.
You got me. This was one of the very first bottles I ever bought on secondary.
Really?
Yeah.
How far out from 2016 was it?
Not very. If
you couldn't go buy it.
Yeah, if I remember correctly, it wasn't that much more expensive either.
Yeah.
I think it was like $70, $70 to $75. My heart wants to say 65, so it might have been closer to that. But yeah, I was so happy when I got this batch.
I love it.
It didn't even come with a box. The guy was like, I need the box.
I need the box.
I was like,
he uses it for little holders like that, put stuff in it.
I don't know. I didn't ask.
He was totally doing something.
He just kind of like,
what's in the box?
when I turned around to
He's
put
a box guy.
when I turned around to put it in my car, I turned back, he was gone.
Damn.
Him in his car, too. Yeah.
Shit.
So he was either a Winchester or the Ghost Rider.
Or both.
Or Ghost Rider and Winchester.
But thanks to Mr. Mikey Morgue himself, Whiskey Morgue, at Whiskey Morgue on Instagram. Check him out. He's doing a lot of cool things right now. So yeah, that's Flying Blind.
Yeah.
First time you ever been here, that's Flying Blind.
Yeah, we blind each other on something.
And then we
should have explained it up top.
Yeah. I mean, hopefully they get it. Based on
Do we have to hold your hand?
We have to tell you everything.
Sometimes. I think it's
pretty much.
look,
you ever been
every
on our
episode.
Discord? You ever been on our Discord?
Every episode is somebody's first
A lot of
episode.
hand-holding. A lot of crying. A lot of arguing.
Okay. I'm going to ask you the question that we normally ask around this time, but I'm also going to throw in a little bit something extra because we did just come off of one of America's largest feasting holidays, the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
So I'm going to ask you, what have you been drinking recently? But I'm also going to be asking you the question, what have you been eating
Is this
recently?
Valentine's too?
Yeah, sure.
Thrown in all together? Okay.
Yeah, may as well.
Let's go back a little bit to the old Super Bowl. Go Bills. I feasted on some...
Congratulations to the Chiefs.
Yeah, congratulations to the Chiefs, all their fans, and I do.
Hey, look,
for a
okay,
serious
they've
moment,
had a bad week.
No,
I don't want to
say,
yeah.
No, a serious moment. I do say my heart goes out to their community for people being idiots and arguing and shooting and doing all that stuff. No,
ridiculous.
All jokes aside, out of control, and my heart goes out to that. Yep. But Super Bowl Sunday, I made some of my sausage balls, and we had pizza. That was it. Like, if the Bills...
That sounds super nice, though.
If the Bills make it to the Super Bowl, I will throw the biggest Super Bowl party ever.
I'll be there.
You'll be there.
I will be there.
Whoever wants to will
be there. We might
there.
record a podcast episode.
It will be a thing. But normally, Bills aren't in it. But we always do stuff like make some sausage ball, maybe have some wings, order some pizza, stuff like that. I didn't really have anything special. I had like a beer because unfortunately, I have to work at like 6 a.m. the next morning.
Yeah.
So I've been trying not to drink too much stuff on Sundays. But I will say, in between all that, one time me and April went to Old Pepper and had their old fashions, which we love. Always recommend going down to Pepper Distillery if you're in Lexington for
over in the distillery district.
Yes. Then on Valentine's Day, we went out and we went to the Rack House Tavern. They had like a little Valentine's Day meal thing that we signed up for. And I had 2 cocktails. The first one was the
over at the Campbell House.
Yeah. Fleur de Lex Flip. Heaven's Door double Fleur de Lex Flip. Yeah. I don't know. I said the Lex Flip. Give me the Lex Flip.
I'll give it to you.
Heaven's Door double barrel lemon juice Fleur de Charmante. It was very good, but not the best. The best for me at Valentine's was the smoked double-barreled Bliss. This used Heaven's Door double barrel again. St. George spiced pear and Lapsang Sachong syrup, whatever that is. And they smoked it. So good.
Nice.
So good.
Sounds awesome.
And I had some fillets and crab cakes with that. And to top it off, we had the biggest red velvet cake
moly.
I've ever seen.
April's face in the background is so funny.
It the perfect time. It was legit like 3 pieces of cake in one.
It's nuts.
And what else have I had? I will say I had a little bit of the other night. Thanks to Tony. We talked about this on the last episode, but I had that Wheat Science sample. Love that bottle. Never going to see it. I don't know who I would even contact to.
Couldn't tell you.
No. But thanks, Tony. Had that sample, and so yeah, that's about what I've had.
You know, it's funny. I don't know why this came to mind, but we should also let people know you are not going to be on next week.
Yeah,
you are going to be in Disney.
Yeah,
for a little getaway with your
next
lady.
Week?
Isn't that next week?
No, I don't go till the end of the month.
Oh, I thought it was next week.
Did you schedule them to be on the show
No.
next week? Okay.
No, I
have Prance in here.
Enough with the prancing.
You get me one more episode, then I have a break.
Yeah. Sorry. So
prancing around
two episodes. This episode and the next one.
Chads, one cup.
Next week, actually.
What is next week?
We've got an interview.
Oh, really?
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Nice.
I'll tell you about it off here.
Okay.
You know what's funny? I realized this last week when I was editing. I always say I'll tell you about it off air, and then I forget to tell you what I was gonna. So I'm gonna start.
You could have told me anything last week, and I would have forgot.
Yeah, fair enough.
What about you?
Well, I've had a busy week. Hold on.
Baby, just hold on. You're writing a note to tell me.
I am. That's the best way for me to remember is to actually write it down. That's how I made it through school, was taking notes.
Me.
Anyway. I've had a busy week, but made time for some really good food.
Okay.
And that's because not only did we have the Super Bowl this week, we also had Mardi Gras on Tuesday.
Yeah. That was Tuesday?
That was Tuesday.
I don't know anything about Mardi Gras.
Well,
funny thing is, though, I'm going, when we go on to our Disney trip, I'm staying at the French Quarter.
Yeah.
So it's pretty much Mardi Gras. But I really don't know a whole lot about Mardi Gras. So.
I don't really know much about the tradition behind it. Yeah. And that's good luck.
It's like that little...
That's Jesus.
That little Pepsi baby in a cake. They bake him in a cake, right?
Yeah, that's exactly it.
Okay.
So I'll take you all the way back to Saturday.
Take me back.
Take you to Saturday. Saturday, did some smoking. I smoked.
Are you allowed to talk about this?
Yes, I am.
Okay.
I smoked
Menthols.
a whole chicken.
A whole chicken.
A whole chicken.
Okay.
Turned out beautiful. I mean, it was the juiciest, most flavorful chicken I've ever had.
Nice.
And it just came out like golden brown, perfect out of the smoker. All Lucy did was put Slappy Mama seasoning on it. And the reason that I did that one was because she was
slap your mama. I know, she told me.
My mom's birthday is 2 days before this episode comes out.
If you guys go to a show, are you going to stay in the same hotel room?
Forgot about
it's
this.
It's her birthday, and that's what she wants. She wants to spend time with you. Same hotel room all night, snuggling like you used to. That's what she wants.
If that's the only thing that will make her happy, then yes.
Okay. That's all I need to know.
Being a father who has really just you are actually texting her, aren't you?
Yeah. I'm telling her it's good to go. She wanted me to ask.
All right. Being a father who is very quickly realizing that snuggling with the
hashtag Rizzler. Got it.
Snuggling with my little one is I mean, it's not going to last forever.
No, it doesn't. Trust me.
I'm really sad about that. But anyway.
Smoked a chicken.
Smoked a chicken.
I've saw you grow up in the smoking world.
Yeah.
Your little bitty pork. Your little
shoulder.
Pork shoulder.
All the way up to a chicken.
All the way up to a whole chicken.
Yeah, that was for a gumbo that Lucy made for Mardi Gras, which was spectacular, by the way. Homemade roux and everything. I mean, she killed it. Yeah. Killed it. But then I also smoked another pork shoulder.
Okay.
That was 9.5 pounds.
About time.
Took a long time.
That one you had was about 2 pounds.
It was 4.
4.5.
Something like that.
There you go.
I cannot tell you how stressed out I get when I'm cooking food, though. It's just like you want it all to
when
be
everybody
so
depends on you.
Yeah. You just want it to be so good. And the reason I was like extra stressed about the shoulder this time too was because it was for my mom, because she and my dad were going to a Super Bowl party and she wanted to take pulled pork sliders.
For your mom, it was
for a party. Yeah. So I mean, I was up until like...
She tip you?
With leftover pork sliders.
Okay.
Which I'm fine with. I'm fine with. Dude, let me tell you, first of all, I was up until like 1 or 2 a.m. finishing this shoulder. And I was like tearing it apart in the kitchen too and like tasting it. Oh my gosh. It was incredible. Then I let it set up in the the juices overnight too.
Mm-hmm.
So it got even better after I went through the whole process. But it sounded like people liked it. I was happy with it. Went to Lucy's grandmother's out in the country on Sunday. Watched the first half and the halftime show while we were out there. I brought a little thing of Turkey 101 and a Jack single barrel proof.
Did Mama get crazy?
Me mother.
It's
the other side of the family.
Oh, yeah.
I don't think she did. She's been sick. She's been sick for like 2 weeks.
Yeah. We got wild.
This was Nana.
Yeah, we got wild that one time.
Yeah. We left. So yeah, we left after the halftime show. And so I listened. Yeah. I basically listened to the rest of the game.
Yeah.
Like on Sirius XM. And there was that period in the third quarter. It took like 3 minutes of playtime where like Kansas City got the ball on a turnover. They eventually kicked for a field goal, I think. But there was a streaker that ran out onto the field.
Two.
Partial
streakers.
Yeah. Crazy.
Yeah.
And then, like, there was a touchdown. It was just, like, all this stuff that happened within the span of, like, a couple minutes. I was like, of course I don't see it.
Listen,
I'm not even a big, like, sports guy,
I'm not
but,
a
like,
Chiefs
it's...
fan, but when they went into overtime and the 49ers...
It was a great game.
And the 49ers chose... They won the
Take
toss.
the ball
and
first.
What idiots
are you doing?
Have you never watched the Chiefs play in overtime?
Also, why are you not listening? Why are you not listening when the referee is telling you what the rules of overtime are?
Oh, yeah. Then they were like, we didn't know the rules.
We didn't pay attention to it. Shut up.
Professional
You are responsible.
Athletes.
You are responsible for your own actions.
And I knew. I said,
idiots.
Me and Eli were the only ones up watching overtime. I looked at Eli and go, Eli, Chiefs won. He goes, what are you talking about? I was like, just watch. Chiefs won. The 49ers decided to take the ball first. It's over.
Yeah.
There we go.
Anyway, it was a great game. I mean,
turned
really,
out to be a decent game.
really enjoyed it.
The first half was boring.
It was okay.
Second half made it a game.
Yeah, for sure. But I mean, that's the Chiefs. They come back in the second half.
Oh yeah, I know.
And I mean, just listen to Tony Romo for 5 minutes.
Yeah.
I mean, thank God that the man who invented football was able to go to another football championship.
All I know is,
congrats, Patrick Mahomes.
Everybody is the same now, baby. We're all the same. Season starts in 6 months or whatever. Bill's going all the way
back to zero.
Right now, calling it Bill's all.
Man, I hope so. That'd be fun. Anyway,
what'd you have for Valentine's Day other than stomach bug?
I had leftover gumbo.
More gumbo.
And I had Four Roses Small Batch Select. That was my night. I came home. I had to go. So on Wednesdays, which is when Valentine's Day was this year, of course, I have to go into the office. And Lucy texted me at about 9:30 when she was getting eaten up for school. I was like, she threw up again overnight and she still feels really bad. So I'm going to stay home from work. I was like, do you want me to come home so you can go to work? She's like, that'd be great. Like, okay. Which, I mean, I was happy to. Like, you know, it's part of it. I can work from home. Lucy really can't do that as feasibly as I can. So it just made sense. And I mean, Eden went down for a nap at like 1 o'clock.
Yeah.
She slept until almost 6.
Dang.
And then she had a full night's sleep after that. She felt fine.
Yeah.
But I had a stomach bug yesterday.
Pooping everywhere.
I spent more time on the toilet than I did in front of my computer yesterday. That was great. That was a lot of fun. So I've had a couple of days off from from drinking.
Hey, stomach bugs, they'll tear you up.
Yeah, especially you. You texted me yesterday because you were concerned.
Checking on you. I was like,
yeah.
I might
Do we
be
need to
out
take a day off?
I'll be out for 2 weeks.
Yeah. I mean, and you know, I took off. I didn't do my stream last night that I normally do on Thursdays at 8 o'clock on youtube.com/This Is My Bourbon Podcast. Because I didn't want to have to get up in the middle of it and be like, give me 5 minutes.
Do you think people would have tuned in if you said there's a chance I will go poop on stream?
Maybe.
If you put a headset on. You put a Bluetooth headset on and you just kept it going.
Yeah, people probably would.
Yeah.
A nice IRL stream from the toilet.
Yeah.
But also I was already dehydrated.
Yeah.
Too. I mean, I didn't want to, you know.
You didn't need to risk it.
Yeah. So took the night off from streaming. But here we are.
Here we are.
This Is My Bourbon Podcast is brought to you by Monkey Cult Coffee Co.
Ooh, baby. I had some this morning.
Did you now?
Yeah, I did. Had 2, actually.
Dude, it has genuinely become my go-to coffee in the mornings. Their flavored infusion process
like I said, I keep saying it. It does.
Bar none.
I don't drink, quote, flavored coffees because I don't like that weird fake taste. And this just gives me like a natural
blueberry banana.
Yeah, this is like a natural taste,
crap.
just like when we're drinking bourbons and stuff.
Yeah.
We get the notes of like, cherry or strawberry or something like that. This is like a natural flavor that you get just from the coffee itself.
Yeah. Monkey Cold is not your average brew. It's a hardcore flavor rebellion for your taste buds. Masterminded by coffee rock stars and dedicated roasteries. Their founder and owner, Matt Zions, friend of ours as well. He's been a supporter of the show for a little while and was super happy when I reached out asking about partnering with Monkey Cult Coffee Co. And if you want to experience their products, which range from their bourbon chocolate chip infused flavored coffee, toasted coconut rum, and golden agave honey, there's also a bourbon barrel aged honey that's over there.
I want it so
as well.
bad.
Cannot wait to try that out. You can head to the affiliate link in the description below, and at checkout, use the code MyBourbonPod10. That's MyBourbonPod10. MyBourbonPod10 at checkout.
Cult.
I have too. You get 10% off of your order, and we thank.
Bop bop doo bop wop bam bam.
We thank you for supporting the show. And we thank Monkey Cult Coffee Co. for sponsoring this My Bourbon podcast.
Get into the cult, brother.
That's an EA Sports.
Monkey Cult Coffee.
Get in this coffee.
Try to love someone. What are we going to do today?
Well,
Look at all. Where'd these bottles come from?
I don't know. Magic.
What the?
We got a little dual review that we're doing today.
Oh, I see them. They're magically right here.
But to lead up to it,
Should I tell them what it is, or are we going to surprise them?
they know. I mean, they know already.
How?
The title of the episode.
Maybe they don't look.
Okay. Well, hey.
Those. Right there.
It's the new batches of Jack Daniel's 10 and 12-year-old Tennessee whiskeys.
Wow.
Batch 3 of the 10, batch 2 of the 12. But leading up to that, we're going to have a little Jack Daniel's tasting.
Do they keep it the same proof?
Mhm.
Okay. Couldn't remember.
We're going to do the 12-year-old next to the new 12.
Okay.
So over on Patreon, in our little ad break, we tasted the Distillery Series rye finished in high toast barrels. You don't have to get your face out of the shot anymore, dude.
Oh, sorry. Forgot.
Look at that. You're making it weird. So if you want to hear our thoughts on that, patreon.com/MyBourbonPodcast. But we are going to be trying, I don't know when the last time I did this particular tasting was, but we're going to do the Jack Daniel's Bonded Tennessee whiskey and the Triple Mash Bonded.
Triple
Tennessee
mash bonded. And now, I haven't had triple mash in a while.
Yeah.
I friggin' loved it.
It's been a minute for me as well, but I'm definitely a fan of this product.
I remember what these come out about 2 years ago.
100 proof, bottled in bond. Can you believe that this year is 3 years of you being on the podcast?
No, it's not. No.
Isn't it?
It is. It just doesn't feel like it.
You weren't ready to accept it.
No. It's like it's took me this long and I still don't know what I'm doing.
Yeah, well. Can't teach an old dog new tricks.
All whiskey,
No.
all bourbon
Yes.
is whiskey.
Yep.
But not all Fred Minnicks are right.
Ooh. Them's fighting words. I mean, I disagree with Fred on things.
No, not that Fred. The other Freds.
You said Fred Minnick.
Fred Minnicks. Not all Fred Minnicks are right.
Oh.
The other
okay.
ones.
Okay.
The imposters.
Right. The Freddies?
The Freddies. Not all of them.
All right. Anyway. Let's get into this little tasting. Starting out with the regular Bottled and Bond Tennessee whiskey.
It smells like pancakes. Like butter pancakes.
It smells like Gatlinburg.
Fucking right.
Doesn't it, though?
Yeah, pancakes and funnel cakes and go-karts.
I saw somebody say recently that Gatlinburg is redneck Vegas.
I believe it. I believe it. We were, I think we may be going for like a little quick weekend in spring break with the kids or something, just like Friday night to like Sunday or something. That's all I need in Gatlinburg. Pigeon Forge.
Oh, that's as much as I can take too.
Ooh. I like that.
So good.
I haven't had that in a while.
Yeah, that's just been sitting in a box
That,
since we moved.
Yeah, that just, it smells like pancakes and like syrup and a little sugar or powdered sugar. And it tastes just like bourbon or whiskey, whatever you want to call it. Just classic.
Yeah, it's very...
Just classic whiskey. Bourbon whiskey. Brown water. Juice. Whatever you want to
the
call it.
elixir of life.
Anyway, that's a solid bottle if you just want like a straight up, just something that's good, 100 proof.
Yeah.
You're not going to blow your balls off, but you're not going to be disappointed either. I like that a lot.
I'm not upset about it. Triple mash. This is a blend of because I can't remember. Sorry. Bonded American malt, rye, and Tennessee whiskeys. They've been playing around with this malt whiskey for a hot minute now.
Man,
I mean, it's
okay.
They had the one special release was that the one finished in sherry?
Yeah.
And then they had the 90 proof one that came out recently, also finished in sherry, that was okay.
If the other one was pancake syrup, this is honey biscuit.
See, I get a lot of cherry on this.
Oh, I get honey.
I get a lot of cherry
honey
syrup
biscuit.
on this
Smells
one.
like honey biscuit.
It's not that I don't get honey.
No, I know what you're saying. Still my favorite. That's still my favorite.
Oh my gosh, dude.
Still my favorite.
Oh, it's so funky and weird. Oh, yeah. It's so its own thing.
Okay, let me see if this makes sense. This, when you go from the nose to the palate, if I'm smelling a honey biscuit, when I eat this, I'm eating a honey biscuit with like beef jerky.
Yeah. Oh, totally.
There's like this.
It's very savory.
It's not like a straight up like bacon. It's just this savory like jerky note, but you still get like this honey and stuff. I love this. Oh yeah, I gotta blend them up.
Have I ever done this? Have I ever blended these two together?
Have I ever blended two whiskeys together?
Who am I?
Have we ever done this before? Have we ever blended stuff?
Hi, I'm Perry. Welcome to This Is My Bourbon Podcast.
What are you doing at my house? Don't like it. I don't like the blend. You'd think it would work, but it doesn't. I don't like the finish on the blend.
I think it's all right.
I don't like the finish. I think the finish is a little sour to me. But
a little bit.
I take the triple mash over the bottle, regular and the blend.
I agree.
That's good though. I haven't had that in a while. I need to get another bottle of that.
It's still pretty readily available from what I can tell. So get you some.
Get you some. Snap into a Slim Jim. All right, we doing these side by side and then comparing to the old one? Or
I don't know.
one?
How do you want to do this?
I think we should
do it the way you just said.
Yes, I think we review straight up, do the review, and then
that's a good idea.
We can compare. Then we'll pour a little bit of the old one.
Yeah.
Okay.
Good call.
Sometimes I know stuff.
I'll prepare the other one as well. The 10-year-old is 97 proof.
The 12-year-old is 107.
Yeah. Get the feeling I'm going to need my knife. We both got knives. Mine takes a little more work.
That's how it is.
We're not all the same.
Cleaning out my closet.
Now, the 10-year last year was one of your favorite releases.
Mm-hmm. Yes, I like the 10-year more than 12. It was one of my favorites.
And the 12-year was one of my favorite releases from last year.
So they've had 3 batches of the 10 and 2 batches of the 12.
That's what it tells me.
That's what they're saying.
That's what, based on the information that I have been provided with.
I will give it up to them on their sample bottles. They got the little JD.
I love that.
On the lid there.
So the 10-year is going to be available for $84.99.
Okay.
The 12-year is going to be $94.99.
Not bad.
No, not at all. They are going to be available in 700 ml bottles, though.
Why are they shorting us 50 mils?
I think it's because Jack Daniels is so popular in the international market that, see, this one was 700 as well. That it's easier for them to go ahead and mass manufacture a smaller bottle size than it is to do 2.
Okay, it makes sense.
I'm not that put off by it, but I can understand why people are.
Yeah. It's 50 ml.
It doesn't.
What is that, like a sample bottle size? Something like that?
Yeah.
Like a small sample bottle?
Yeah. An ounce, 3/4 of an ounce, something like that.
Oh, well. Sure, most of us have spilt that at some point.
Yeah, I definitely have.
Yeah.
Remember when I broke that Glencairn last week?
Yes. Remember you were mad at me earlier in the week, too? Because I told you not to try to Taco Bell. New menu.
I wasn't mad at you.
Oh, yeah, you were mad.
I was not mad.
You were mad.
I was standing in solidarity, and they announced new products, and I wanted to try them.
And I said no, and you got mad. I could feel it.
Fake news, dude.
I could feel it.
Fake news.
Through the text. You were so mad at me. You're like, you idiot. It's time to let it go. That's what you said. You threw the phone, and you walked away. Admit it. You threw the phone. On the couch, on a pillow, in a safe spot.
Yeah, where it wouldn't break.
Yeah. And then you go, oh, no, I can't be mad.
What did I do that for?
Yeah.
But he's well-intentioned.
I'm not eating it.
Okay.
What on the menu do you want the most? The new menu.
Well, let's go through it.
The fact that they got chicken nuggets is the most blasphemous thing I've ever heard of.
I am curious what they're like.
That's stupid. They heard us talking about it. They knew that I refused to eat Taco Bell, and so they decided to put nuggets on the menu. They were listening. I ain't eating them. I told you could.
I know.
I said I'll watch.
Cheesy street. Never mind.
Cheesy what?
Cheesy street chalupa.
Okay, this is what I don't like about Taco Bell. They can put all these funny things on.
Cheesy chicken crispinata.
None of that.
Salsa.
These people that work around here don't know how to make that stuff, Perry.
That's fair.
They will never get that right. You know.
I still want to try it.
Everybody listening right now, think of the last time you went to Taco Bell and think of the workers that were working there. Do you think they could make a cheesy gordita supreme souffle? Whatever they have now. The best thing they probably are going to make is chicken nuggets.
Maybe.
Because they're done.
And I'm going to find out.
Putting a big cheese in a crunch wrap.
I went on. Okay. So here's just so people know, I've been on a Taco Bell strike in support of my boy.
You have. I appreciate that. How long has it been?
A year.
Longer than that.
Since Christmas 2022.
I think it.
That's the year that Taco Bell had the guy told you Taco Bell.
I know. I feel like it's longer.
No, that's how long it's been.
Okay.
Christmas of 2022.
Okay. The guy said, "Why are you feeding your family Taco Bell?" And I said, "Mother." And I drove around the Taco Bell beeping the horn. I didn't get anything. And I said, Taco Bell hates families. They ruined my night. And I haven't had it since. Well, and you supported me, which I appreciate.
I did.
I see your excitement for this because, granted, it was creative for them to have their own like E3 conference thing with Taco Bell.
I missed out on the quesarito going away.
Nobody liked that.
I did.
Nobody liked that. Nobody liked that.
That was my favorite thing on the menu.
95% of the Taco Bells
and
will
it's gone
not be
now.
able to recreate that.
It's gone now.
They won't know
I can't
how
have
to
it
make
again.
it. They won't know how to make it. Okay? The majority of workers are college students. They're high. They don't know how to make that stuff.
You know what our energy is sometimes? It's Mike and Mike.
Yeah. So I will continue not to eat it. I will support you and watch you if you do.
I'm not gonna cuck you with Taco Bell.
You're not gonna cuck me with Taco Bell. You need something else. Cuck me.
All right. Let's drink this whiskey, please. Let's start with the 10-year.
10-year Jack Daniels.
Whoa. Huh? Sorry? Excuse me? What happened?
That's a chocolate muffin that I just did a pour over with. I just poured whiskey over a chocolate muffin. Are you doing both at the same time?
How is the 12-year more mellow than the 10?
I'm telling you, it's the 10 where it's at. I told you last year.
Oh, that mouthfeel.
Jack Daniels. 10-year Jack Daniels is where it's at. Just bottle that. From now on, that tastes just like it smells.
Let all of it be 10 years old.
It tastes like a fresh chocolate muffin that I just poured whiskey over. Fresh, right out the oven muffin, chocolate chip.
It's got icing
whiskey
on it too?
Yeah, something.
Man, that's incredible.
Okay, 12-year. You are right. It is a just mellowed out version.
Oh, no, they are almost identical.
It does. It is. It's like
just more chill.
It's more chill. None of the flavors that I got before pop out really heavy, but I can see them in there a little bit. It's just a mild version. It's like a diet version of the 10-year.
Yeah.
Okay, that finish though. There's a grape Kool-Aid note on the finish of
Holy moly.
What is happening? Yeah, if I could take the finish of the 12 and put it on the 10, it would be perfect. God, this is going to be hard. Hard as in deciding which one I like the best.
Yeah.
They're both great. There's parts of them that are better than each other, and then what do I like the most? Do you get that grape note on that 12-year? Or is that just me?
A little bit. Hold on, let me go back to it.
There is a grapey jelly something on there.
There is this huge savory note right up front on it too.
But when you go to the noses, that 10-year.
Oh, the nose on the 10-year is inarguably better.
Mm-hmm.
You know the weirdest thing? Weirdest thing about these.
I'll tell you the thing that pisses me off the most about them.
You sick of it?
I'm not sick of them.
Okay.
Because I've never been able to get a bottle.
Fair. Is that it? That's what.
Yeah, that's what
okay.
pisses me off. I've always loved these, and I have never been able to, even like with, hey, there's gonna be some drops or getting notices. We just don't get these around here. Like,
no, we really don't. I don't even remember. So I got this bottle last year, the 12 year, after trying the samples of the 10 and the 12 year from 2023.
Yeah.
But I can't remember where I got this.
I feel like you had to source it from somebody.
No, I definitely got it from someplace in town.
Oh, I don't know. But it really doesn't pop up that much. It's not a big release around here. And that's what makes me mad, because I want them. I want them. So I'm gonna put myself out there. Somebody sees them, they don't want them, get them for me, and I'll pay you shipping.
Yeah, I mean,
these are great.
I wouldn't be mad about either of these. I'm gonna. Okay, I got to figure out which one I like better, though.
That's tough. I think I know which one I like better, but I mean, you could probably guess. But if I could just take stuff from each of them and put them into one, I could make the perfect Tennessee whiskey / bourbon. Yeah, I'm good. I got it.
I think I do too. All right. Should we do a 3, 2, 1? Let me make sure that. Yeah, okay. The 10 is on your side. The 12 is on my side. We'll go through our full nose, palate, finish, and price here in a minute. But first reaction, what do you prefer? 3, 2, 1. I knew it was going to happen.
I mean, they know us too well, too. The listeners knew exactly. If you're only listening, my hand is over the 10. Perry's hand was over the 12.
Mine was over the 12. For me, it really gets down to how developed the palate feels between the two. And I didn't really notice it until I was going back and forth that there is a cereal oat grain note on the 10 that just feels like a stray hair.
Okay.
That's not as well curated as the 12 year.
I got you.
Is. That being said, though, I think that the 10 year is a more complete package as far as an experience. Mm-hmm. I just think the 12 year pushes it a little bit further into,
right
where I typically go with my palate.
Right.
Anyway.
And I think that makes perfect sense when you compare both our palates.
Yeah.
We're very similar but different all the time.
Yeah.
As far as the whole package, to me, it was, like you said, the 10 year. I loved how bold it was up front, how the notes I got on the nose were right there. They weren't kind of muted. I wish the finish was the same as the 12 year. Mm-hmm. But there was so much just like this chocolate muffin thing on the nose and the palate that I just absolutely loved. And then I think it took till the finish for me to like the 12 year.
Yeah.
Now I like the nose, I like the palate. It's kind of muted to me. But I wanted that bold in your face. So if I could take the finish from the 12 and put it on the 10, it would be 20 out of 20. But yeah, I think the ride that both of these whiskeys take me on, I just prefer the 10.
I feel like I feel the same way about everything you said with the 12, aside from the finish. Mm-hmm. I just, my palate just leans more and more towards being
beam.
Well, sometimes, yes, beam.
No,
towards preferring heavier oak.
Yeah.
An older product. I don't know.
I think the next best way episode should be Straight up Jack Daniels.
Do you think? Okay, let's do it.
Now I'm in like a Jack Daniels movie right now.
Next month we'll do best way to drink Jack Daniels.
All right. Jack.
That's my new favorite series we do, by the way.
We will prepare better.
Yeah. than we did last week.
Last time. Either way.
But isn't it?
I like it. I think it's fun.
I think it is too. It's different. I don't feel like there's anybody doing that.
And it's simple. I get it. We've all drank most of these whiskeys that we are putting in this series in different ways. But when you actually like sit down with it and you like take your time with it, you notice a big difference in the different ways. And you find new things. Like I did not realize, I don't know what Perry's doing right
Sorry, we had like a gigantic spike in downloads today. Look at that.
Damn.
Like out of nowhere. Up 12%? Dadgum.
People heard we were drunk on last episode. Like, let's listen to them.
Wait until we get to the barrel rings.
Yeah.
No, I mean this week's barrel rings.
Man, I love this though. I appreciate Jack Daniels for sending this to us.
Yeah.
I just wish that I could get a full bottle of this. That's my plea.
Why on earth did we have such a push today? Crazy. Thank you all for downloading and listening. We'll do more best way to drinks before too long. Anyway, nose, palate, finish, and price. Each category is out of 5. Final score is out of 20. This is our review system on the show.
We're going to do both of them.
Yeah,
Like, are we going to go through everything 1 and then everything 2, or just be like, my score for the 10 years this, my score for the 12 years this? We're going to go through all of
I think we can quickly go through each category without having to
elaborate.
Okay. Yeah. It's a good word.
Elaborate.
All right.
Okay.
We'll start with the 10. Just run through
Nose, 4.
Okay.
I got to keep track of this because I'll easily. I'm never good at remembering.
Even when he is drunk.
I love the nose on this.
Or even when he's not drunk.
Yes. I love the nose on this. Palate, 4. Finish, unfortunately, it's a 3. Because I just wish that finish just was right up there with the palate and the nose. How much was this one? 85?
Shoot. Hold on. Sorry. Pause. 85.
4. I would pay up to $110 for this. I love it. So my total score on this was 15 plus 4. Is that right? 4 plus 4 plus 3 plus 4 equals 15.
Okay.
15 on the 10.
Yeah. 10 for me. Nose, 4.5.
Oh, yeah.
Man, I want to make a candle out of it. As a wise man once said.
There's somebody that probably makes candles out of bourbon whiskey bottles.
But I mean, like the actual smell.
Yeah.
Palate's a 3.
Okay.
For me. Finish is also a 3. I think they're pretty even together. Price is a 4. I mean, that's such a great deal for, a 10-year-old whiskey at this point. So that gives me 14.
Okay.
Out of 20.
That's a buy.
12 year.
12 year. Okay. Let's see. All right. Nose, palate, finish, price. This is an uphill experience for me.
Yeah.
Nose to me is a 3.
Mm-hmm.
Palate gets a little better. You get a little bit more of those. It's just like like you said, it's like a smooth, kind of mellow, just ride. So the palate gets a little bit more. It gets a 3.5. And then the finish gets a 4. And then the price on this is
$95.
under $100.
Yeah. For a 12-year-old whiskey.
4.
Yeah.
Why did I subtract that? 3 plus 3.5 plus 4.
Plus 4.
Plus 4 equals 14.
So you're only a half a point off.
Yeah.
between the two.
Yeah.
That's crazy. We might be close. Nose on this one for me, 3.5.
Okay.
Palate 4.
Okay.
Finish is 4.5.
Okay.
And price is a 4.
That's a 16.
Yeah.
I mean,
I'm not surprised.
We are lined up just like we were last year.
Pretty much.
Wow.
That's good. I mean, that shows consistency.
Yeah, I mean,
know?
I think it shows consistency with us and how we score it, and it shows consistency with these bottles.
Mm-hmm.
So we do have one more bottle on the table.
Yeah, the 12-year-old from last year. This is batch 1. This one is also 107 proof. Now, if I remember correctly, the price is about the same.
I think
or was.
Yeah.
Brother, this is a pours from the floor. This is a bottle kill. Look at that.
How long have you had this?
I mean, it's been just about a year.
And can I take a quick segue from the taste and the smell and everything, just to appreciate this bottle?
The design.
I love like the full 700 of this. Like they made sure to keep it different from the normal Jack, but it's still kind of the same, but it's not quite the like barrel proof bottle either. It's its own thing. I love this. I love this bottle. All right. Okay, I mean,
they're very
I
similar.
was going to say there's not much of a difference.
They are almost identical. Dude, that's the exact same whiskey.
There's not enough for me to probably say they're different. That's wild.
That's crazy. Jack Daniels. Holy crap. They've been doing this long enough to be this consistent, I will say.
Yeah. That's great. Both of those are, I mean, I can't pull anything different from those to even say one or the other. Maybe the older one has a little bit more chocolate on the palate, but not enough. I could never tell them if you blinded me on that.
No.
I would think they were the same.
Would you rather be
a banana in a barrel?
Would you rather be a kickball or a goalie?
The goalie, because I would hug the balls and make them.
Isn't that kind of what it sounded like? Yeah. Anyway, would you rather be a master distiller / master taster? This is a kind of and or situation at a heritage distillery with all the pressure of trying to keep things consistent and the way that people like it.
Okay.
Or be the master distiller / master taster and or situation, just like the previous one, at a brand new distillery with all the pressure of showing people that you can keep up with the big boys and that what you're doing matters.
It's tough because the creative side of me and like the kind of the sports side of me wants to be like the new kid on the block and go out and just show all these old shitheads what's up.
Yeah.
But also the laid back side of me and the chill side of me
it'd be easier
knows that I could have some fun knowing that
Yeah.
my brand is making enough money and producing enough stuff, and I don't have to worry about the whiskey nerds. And all
I
that
can
stuff.
go and pull a couple levers and I can call it a day.
Something doesn't work out right. So some people on YouTube or a podcast says something bad about me. I'm good to go. As opposed to a small brand who's still a come up, and it's like it could ruin the brand.
Yeah.
I think the satisfaction of succeeding at the small brand is the ultimate thing, but the fun, laid back feeling of like the Heritage brand and doing something that you could break the internet with.
Yeah.
Everybody could want it, or it could just fail and people be like, well, I'll just wait for the next batch.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Oh, I completely agree.
What? But if I have to choose one, I mean, I think it would be launching like the small brand into the atmosphere.
Yeah.
And succeeding, because that's probably like winning the Super Bowl.
Yeah, right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. Oh no, it's showing that
Jack Daniels
can hold your own.
Heaven Hill, all that stuff. They've won the Super Bowl multiple times.
Yeah.
Or whatever. But when you come out swinging, you're a new brand, a small brand, and you beat all of them, then yeah. So I don't know. I think there's two ways to see it, but look at you, you're just draining it. Seriously, though, Jack Daniels, I need this in my area. Lexington, Kentucky. We're not. Everybody knows we're from Lexington. We
in case
post
you don't
about
know.
it all the time, but it's hard. We don't get these.
Mm-mm.
We don't get these. I would love to get a bottle of my own, a full bottle of the 10-year.
I don't have anything else to add to that.
Okay, I mean, I'm happy with these.
Cool. Yeah, no, I am too. And of course, thank you, Jack Daniels, for sending us these samples.
Thank you.
Just like you have been doing. All right, we got barrel rings this week.
Oh boy.
I'm gonna say go ahead and strap in because
oh Lord.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. This is the segment of the show that you can participate in and have your voice heard. That's if you... No, wait.
Come on.
Come on. The way to do that is if you call and leave a voicemail or text the number 859-428-8253. That number is 859-428-8253. Call or text. We'll listen to it or read it out on the show.
You're part of the show.
We got two basically kings of barrel rings.
The kings of barrel rings. My question is, who's going to dethrone the kings of barrel rings?
Or can they?
Are
we just going to have a whole court?
I think somebody needs to come in and be the villain of barrel rings.
We're going to have a heel turn.
No. I think
from one of them.
I think these two keep doing what they do.
Okay.
But I think somebody comes in, be the villain. They consistently make a very short barrel rings that just mic drops both of these. Because I love these two kings because they do a long barrel rings. They're on the show.
Slay Kings.
Slay Kings. Short Kings, Big Kings, all that. But they take advantage of being on the show. I want to see a villain who comes in, maybe like 2 sentences, drops the mic, leaves.
Oh.
Beats them both.
All right.
So that's just what I want to see.
All right.
But let's hear from our king.
Let's hear from our first king from Pennsylvania.
Okay.
Hey, what's up, guys? Jared here. Wow, that last episode. You guys really Thelma and Louise that thing right up a cliff at the end. Eric got drunk. He started swearing at my barrel ring, and then just, yelling at his wife and kids and dogs. And, whew, that was something. Way to end it, though. Just kind of Irish goodbye the whole thing. That was great. Classic stuff. And Bill, wow, thanks. That was high praise. Getting a shout out from Bill and his barrel ring.
They're teaming up.
And he's like a celebrity kind of to me. All those episodes, hearing him call in until I finally, got the nerve to start calling up and knowing everyone every week, on my own. So, that was pretty fun. Perry, I'm 100% hashtag Team Perry on, Eric's atrocious bathroom hygiene. Eric, dude, are you dropping the pants like all the way to your ankles?
Why does it matter?
The urinal? Just like going full toddler? Or is it just showing ass? Like what? You're not washing? This is bizarre. This raises, especially for a healthcare worker, this raises a lot more questions than I'm comfortable with answering right now. And then lastly, for Puxatony Phil, I think 60% wrong, I think was a little low. I think the number I heard was like 35% right. But that is actually statistically significant because it means it's not random. They just have the nomenclature backwards. like 60% of the time he's right if you do the opposite, which means it's not random. Like if it was a coin flip, he would be like 50-50. But if someone's flipping a coin and it's 60% heads, I mean, it's not a balanced coin. You can bet on that and win. So you just need to do the opposite of what Phil tells you. You'll be right most of the time. So a little fun fact about statistics, because I'm a engineering nerd. This is what we do. So have a great week. Hoping the next episode goes a little smoother.
It has.
It did.
Everyone survives their weekend. See ya.
Okay. Let me reiterate the whole bathroom thing. Listen, I don't know. My pants, I can unbutton my pants and pull them down a little bit, and they sit right here. Maybe it's because I do glutes. Maybe I got some good glutes. I don't know. But I can unbutton my pants and pee at a urinal without touching anything. It just unbutton. It's there.
Oh, you're blessed.
I don't know. I'm just saying my guy just goes, and then I can kind of take my pants and just maneuver them a little bit, pull my pants back up and button it, and I'm good. I'm not saying I do this every time. Sometimes I'm consistently washing my hands and doing everything. But if you're at okay, say for instance, this past week I was at Rep Arena at WWE Raw. There's a line of people. There's a bajillion people in there. There's people at the sinks. You have to wait forever. I want to get back and watch the matches. Unbutton, pull down a little bit. The back of my pants kind of sit at the top. The front is open. I pee. I just stand there. I pee, shake a little bit, and then kind of pull my pants up over, and I go. There's nothing unhygienic about that. Like I don't get it. I've always done this. I don't understand why you're calling me out.
I think it's better
my job out. You doxing me, bro?
You've talked about it on the podcast.
He's still bringing it up.
I just think it's better to be safe than sorry.
If you know in your head that you have not touched anything, then why do you have to wash your hands?
That sounds like
everything's got automatic flushers and all that stuff, or you use your foot to flush. If you can pull your pants down a little bit and your boy comes out on its own, can pee right there, you can kind of pull it back over, you're good to go. That's just how it is.
Okay, fine. I'm still erring on the side of caution.
You just missed the whole match. You missed the whole match. You missed the squash match at WWE.
Okay, fine. I would rather do that than get sick or get my family sick.
What?
Washing your hands is like...
Because you touched yourself? If you wash your hands, if you're sitting there, you're at a venue, you've washed your hands with some hand sanitizer and stuff, you go to the bathroom.
No, soap and water.
Yeah, but you went to the bathroom and you've not touched anything. And then you leave. What have you...
Again, I would rather be safe than sorry.
But what
Do you
did you
remember that
touch?
period? Do you remember that period during 2020 where we were all wearing masks and we were trying to stay safe?
What did you touch?
I'm not saying... Look, even if I didn't touch anything, I would rather be safe than sorry.
Okay. I'm just trying to think, what did you touch?
Even if that's what I'm saying. Even if I didn't touch anything, I want to be careful.
So if you go...
Do germs just not exist in the air?
So if you go...
If somebody sneezes...
No, listen.
If somebody coughs...
Listen to me. If you walk into Liquor Barn to look for some whiskey...
Okay.
You don't touch anything.
I still feel gross.
Do you go to the bathroom and wash your hands before you get in your car?
No.
Okay.
But I typically do... I typically have hand sanitizer, though.
Okay. But you don't go to the bathroom and wash your hands.
I still don't feel like I'm wrong for wanting to be safe.
You're not, but I'm not wrong either.
My brother was immunocompromised for a really long time.
Crohn's disease.
Okay, so you should be taking better care of yourself.
If I don't touch anything, that's the point. I don't touch a thing. I don't even touch my dick, okay? I don't even touch myself. I don't even touch myself in a public place.
We got Bill next.
Okay.
What's up, boys? So, listening to your welcome message, if you will, to Barrel Rings, I was curious why you chose that you were out shopping. I'm a little confused by those tactics. But either way, I just want to say what's up, doing my weekly call-in. You know, I was thinking the other day of stupid laws. So I looked up what are some of Kentucky's
Oh, boy.
stupid laws. I got a couple for you.
Okay.
Number one, it's against the law to shoot off a policeman's tie. Okay. I would probably not shoot at a policeman, period, but okay, you can't
Right?
shoot off their tie.
There's not many that even wear
Did
ties.
you know it's illegal to transport ice cream in your pocket?
I didn't know that.
Yeah. Because that's
Okay.
just messy.
What's going on in Kentucky that y'all are transporting ice cream
Because we're being clean.
in
No,
your
we're not.
pocket?
Yeah.
This one might be a good one for you boys.
Shut up.
By law, anyone who has been drinking is sober until he or she cannot hold onto the ground. I don't know if that's like a literal term or figurative, but is that like you're sober until you pass out?
There have been a couple of times
I don't
broke
know.
that law.
It's a little weird.
I'm so bad I couldn't hold on.
And the last one I got for
Not
you
last
guys,
week.
which I think is absolutely hilarious. It is absolutely illegal to hunt from a moving vehicle unless you are hunting a whale. How many whales have you seen in Kentucky? I don't know. Not very many.
Seen a couple
I
on
do
the
have one more. I
streets.
think this one's pretty funny. Every citizen of Kentucky must bathe or shower at least once a year.
Now that one makes sense.
That is a law. I wonder what the penalty is for that law. Anywho, those are some interesting fun facts. Hope you guys enjoy them. I got nothing else really to talk about. I will say I picked up Green River's weeded bourbon. It was like for Valentine's Day, but my wife said go pick up something, and I was like, I don't want to spend a ton of money. Probably one of the better $30 bottles out there. Green River weeded bourbon.
What did we say
If you
about
haven't had
I
it,
don't remember.
I don't remember.
I say go get it.
Was that the one that
I
we
say it's a buy.
DoorDash?
All right, boys. Check you later. Timbit fam. Check you later. Peace out.
I forgot it. Oh my God, he's a little gremlin.
That was the one that we DoorDashed. I
Yeah,
completely forgot about that.
Did you leave it here? We had it over here. I came to your house and I forgot it. So we
needed it to
review. 'Cause that's what
yeah.
we want to do. And I DoorDashed it and I just gave you that bottle and I kept your bottle.
Yeah, that's exactly what
I
happened.
feel like it was solid.
I don't remember disliking it, but I mean, like, if I'm going, I don't know.
I didn't buy another
like,
bottle
I'm not,
of it.
Yeah, I haven't either.
So
I think I liked the rye bourbon better, though.
I can't remember. I've yet to buy another bottle of it. So I don't know.
Yeah. So the ice cream in the pocket thing.
Yeah.
That is specifically an ice cream cone in your back pocket, right? It's got ice cream in the cone. Because apparently people use that to steal horses. Like it would lead a horse away.
Oh.
And so most Kentucky thing ever
Yeah. Stealing horses.
is stealing horses.
Nice.
So they illegalized, and I don't know like the actual background behind it. Maybe there was a guy who had like 30 horses
Yeah,
out of nowhere.
What specific ice cream can you use? Can you use like a popsicle?
Darren, where did you get all those horses? Is that Starfire
That is
over
something
there?
Darren would do.
Not our Darren.
No, he would do that for sure. But what if you put a popsicle back there? It's not
I don't
ice
know. I
cream.
don't know if that's. I don't know if there's
Who's this
anything.
one?
Yeah, I don't have anything else.
That's pretty fun.
Yeah,
That's two completely different kings on the barrel ring.
two different kings.
I need a villain. I
Okay.
need somebody to step their ass up, be a villain, take both of them down. I need a short, simple take both of the kings down.
We did have a short villainous comment from somebody on the YouTube version of last week's episode from Joseph Brazo. I keep waiting for the new poster to show up on the wall behind you, Eric.
It's not in a poster. It's not in a frame yet, but it's getting there.
Man, it looks so cool.
Look at that.
I love it.
It will be on the wall soon. I will do a full shout out, all that stuff. Joseph got me this poster made. I can't remember. I have to ask him again who made it. It was, I think, like his daughter's boyfriend or something like that. But there you go. It's right here on the episode. It will hang up soon. Full body mutant. Full body mutant.
Just blood splurting.
But it's not in a poster frame. I just was trying to figure out what size to get it. So this is actually a poster I won off Crunchyroll. So this is a short.
It's okay. They're 3,000 years old.
It's a short anime. But either way, there you go, Joe. It'll be there soon.
High proof hot takes?
High proof hot takes. What do I have? In honor of the Super Bowl, I'm not going to go into details, but fair weather fans, just don't. Just don't. Bandwagon fans, just don't. You can gradually become a fan, but don't go full, all of a sudden you're a hardcore fan. That's all I'm going to say. I'll leave it at that. It's just sports in general and bandwagon fans and all that. Like, that's so annoying. Especially when it's a person that you know wasn't a fan before, and then all of a sudden they are. When you can call them out, when you got receipts and stuff, like you grew up with them or you know them for a while, just don't do it. Just don't. That's all I got.
I'm going to form this kind of as I'm talking. I've been like weirdly, and we kind of talked about this on the pregame chats. Was it the pregame chats or the? Yeah, it was pregame chats. I've been kind of like weirdly nostalgic.
Oh yeah, you're playing
recently.
Old games.
Yeah, but in a way that has let me, and maybe this is just the headspace that I am able to find myself in these days. But it was in a way where I was able to go, why are you feeling this way? Right. And part of it is realizing when you're kind of you're in a good place. Like you know, you always think about like that meme of like people going, oh, you know, I may look like I have it all together, but on the inside, yeah, exactly.
This is fine.
But like times when you actually like have it together,
and somebody trying to bring you down.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And like you can actually like realize that things are going particularly well for you. And things have been going particularly well for me. I mean, I'm not saying that like everything's perfect, but well, remind me to get the hose wrap too before we leave. Yeah. It's just nice to be able to step back and think about where you have been and
how far you come.
Realize how far you've come.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I've had a lot of those moments recently, and I'm very thankful for where I am at the moment. And yeah. That's it.
Don't tear people's positivity and fun down. You know, don't just if somebody's doing good, don't try to bring them down to your level.
Well, yeah, and I mean, this is kind of a different conversation. I don't mean to talk about. I don't mean to create content about creating content.
Content. Oh God.
But I try to remain as true to myself as I can in all facets of Timbip world. You know, between interacting with people, actually creating things, doing live streams, whatever. I try to be the most honest version of myself, and I'm trying to remind myself that I don't want to lose that anytime soon. So that's that, I suppose. Tips and bits?
Tips and bits before we do
things we recommend.
Things we
this
recommend.
Segment. It's things that we've listened to, read, watched, enjoyed, whatever.
Just a little of that. Just because I was staring at them. So you may have already watched this. But one of my favorite artists and actors, Dave Bird, aka Lil Dicky, was on Hot Ones.
He was,
and I'm always behind on Hot Ones, but since he was on there and he's one of my guys, like I watched it like as soon as it came out, and it's just fun watching Lil Dicky on Hot Ones.
It's really it was okay. I'm like a Hot Ones comes out, I'm watching it
I know.
Right away.
Yeah.
Like it's just one of my shows. I think I was, because I know how entertaining Dave is, I was a little bit let down by it because he was so honest and he was so serious during it that I was like, okay.
Because you saw like kind of the normal.
Yeah, exactly. Like he's a really down to earth normal dude.
And that's the same thing. And part 2 of this is one of the latest episodes of Sneaker Shopping. You know, I've talked about that several times. Lil Dicky was on.
Was he on it?
He was on.
Dang,
that.
okay.
Because I've already talked about this. Peanut,
Mm-hmm.
the soundtrack to Dave, his new album came out. So I think he's kind of on his promotion of that.
He definitely is.
But yeah, it's the same way. It's like he was on Sneaker Shopping and Hot Ones, and it's kind of the same person. Like it's not like the Dave TV show Little Dicky that's kind of out there crazy. It's kind of like the normal guy, down to earth guy. So those 2 episodes of the 2 of YouTube shows basically, highly recommend, especially if you're a fan of Little Dicky. I love him to death. And Sneaker Shopping Lil Dicky and Hot Ones Lil Dicky.
Yeah. In that same world of like specific interview shows, I don't know if I've ever talked about it. Actually, maybe like once or twice. Because Seth Rollins did an episode a couple months ago of Last Meals. Last Meals on The Mythical Kitchen.
Yeah.
Hank Green just did one. I don't know if you know who Hank Green is. John Green is his brother. They're the Vlog Brothers on YouTube. They've been doing it for like over a decade at this point. I can't remember all their different like avenues. But John Green was the guy who wrote The Fault in Our Stars.
Okay.
So that little conglomerate of content creation. Hank was on Last Meals, and it was particularly poignant because he went through a brief battle, a successful battle with cancer last year. He had
lymphoma.
Yes, but it was like is lymphoma in and of itself super treatable?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so he had lymphoma. And I mean, he was in remission within like 6 months.
Yeah.
And so it was kind of interesting to have him talk about like his last meals or last meal in general. And like, the exact thing that he's been going through over the past year. Really interesting. I find Hank just so compelling as a person anyway, because he's somebody who is chronically presenting himself on the internet, even though he doesn't really feel like it.
Yeah.
When you watch him in interviews and everything, extremely intelligent, He did an episode of Sad Boys a couple weeks ago as well, which is still one of my favorite podcasts that I've been listening to recently. Yeah, Lucy and I watched the Gordon Ramsay Last Meals last night as well. I rewatched it.
She
watched
his
it for the
own
first time.
beef Wellington.
Oh yes, he is.
I knew it. I didn't even have to watch the show.
But so they made his beef Wellington recipe, and I'll just go ahead and spoil it because I think it's worth mentioning. They made it to a T.
Yeah.
Like to the point where he was like, "This is as good as it gets."
Yeah.
I mean that's you have to do that for Gordon Ramsay.
Well, yeah.
But it just that's his thing.
Right.
Of course, that's going to be what he wants in his last meal.
Yeah, of course.
I had beef Wellington for the first time ever a couple weeks ago.
You've had it before.
No, I mean like
In bite size.
Yeah, but I mean like
your wife has made bite size.
yes, I know, but I mean like actual beef Wellington, like prepared with
the legit
duck soup and the
Where were you at?
My mother-in-law's house.
She made it?
Yes.
Why didn't you invite me? She loves me. She loves me. And if you love me, you can go to patreon.com/mybourbonpodcast for as little as $1 a month. You can support the show, but at $5, you get all the bonus stuff. You get the first drops of everything. You get this episode uncut. You get Pours from the Floor. You get Sampler Irresistible. You get Pop Chicka Wawa. And any other news or bottle drops or picks we've done, it's right there. Patreon.com. You also get access to the Discord, and Perry's pointing.
Well, I was going to say too, we had a little update on the meetup weekend over on the Patreon during the pregame chats as well.
VIP
things
going to be
things are still on track, but we had I'm not even going to say minor. We had a pretty major shakeup. with the planning process this week, so we're scrambling a little bit, but
everything's still on track.
We are on track. Things are still going to happen as planned,
than ever.
More than likely. So again, this is the year for 10 Bep.
Yes, Patreon.com. That's going to be your first place to get VIP access to everything at the meetup. If you want to get some merch, you can go to bourbonshop.threadless.com. If you want to send us an email, you can send an email to thisismybourbonshop@gmail.com. We also have a P.O. Box. Tell them.
P.O. Box 22609, Lexington, Kentucky 40522. I feel like I just got awoken from my what's the thing?
Slumber?
When you're like a secret spy, but you're what was Bucky?
Bucky? Oh, when he was his mind control thing.
Yeah, but what's that called? Sleeper agent. I felt like I just got awakened from being a sleeper agent.
Yeah, but you can send us samples there. You can send us anything there. If you go there, you're not going to find us. I'm sorry. But if you want us to review something or you want to send us a sample, if you heard us say something bad about something, you'll be like, you know what? It's actually good.
And change your mind.
Yeah. And then if you go over to all social media, Instagram, you can follow me at Whiskey Mutant. You can follow Perry at PRitter1792. And you can follow the show as a whole at My Bourbon Pod. If you go to Facebook, we have a Facebook group where we post show updates. And then once the live show starts going on, you'll see updates there. Go to This Is My Bourbon Podcast on Facebook. Join the group. We'll ask you some questions. You just answer them. As long as you're not a bot, you're in. Then leave a comment, subscribe, leave a rating on all the stuff. Apple Podcasts, Spotify. We have one.
We got a review. We haven't had a review since March of last year. This is from Connor Mack. 5 stars. Support from the Lone Star State. Started listening to these guys a couple years ago and never looked back. 2 down-to-earth, solid dudes sharing life and good pours. Do yourself a favor and tune in. Thanks, Connor Mack.
Connor Mack from Texas.
Yeah. Who has had to endure your endless hatred campaign.
But the fact that he still gave a 5-star review and loves us just proves my point. If you want, if you want to
cut through the BS.
Yeah. If you want to watch this episode, if you're listening, you can go to youtube.com. This is my bourbon podcast. All the episodes go on there, usually on Fridays, but Perry will get frisky sometimes.
No,
on Wednesdays.
I've changed it back. Everything's going up on Wednesdays.
Now,
there was
Wednesday.
There was something where like the releasing them at different times didn't seem to work for the algorithm.
Okay.
I don't know. It just didn't make sense.
It just did it.
But if you're listening, the video version is also up if you want to see us
or
goof
if you
around.
want to go back
be
last
silly.
week and just see us cut the episode off like that. Do it. Yeah.
I still put up like, I don't know if you've gone back and watched any of it, but I still put up like
I couldn't bring myself
along
to
the
it.
bottom like some places for them to support us.
I
And,
couldn't bring myself to it.
Follow
I'll be
up
100%
anyway.
honest. But you know
Yeah, I don't
what?
blame you.
Just tell people about us. We love you. If this is your first time, I hope you enjoyed it. This is a legit 10 bip episode. You get, I mean, I can't say this enough. Like, when I record this, I still get excited because, like, it's just not your typical bourbon whiskey podcast. I mean, I know people do news and they do this and maybe whatever, but like, we're down to earth. We tell it like it is. One of the hosts says stuff he probably shouldn't. The other host has to edit it, whatever.
Guess whose job has gotten significantly harder over the past 3 years?
But that's just, and you know what? I love him to death because he lets me be me. And if not, he just leaves it on the Patreon and cuts it out. But this is my bourbon podcast. Tell people about us. It's fun. I hope you enjoyed it. We'll see you next time.
Until then, though, I'm Perry.
I'm Eric.
And this is my bourbon podcast.
See ya.
This guy hates me. And this guy is a pain in my side.
But in the end,
And together, we're
Wonder Twins activate.